So now we've looked at al-Maliki in power, where he's consolidated his power. He's been able to get a status of forces agreement to remove American forces from the urban areas and out of their country by December 2011. And so on the surface, things look good, and he believes it too. Al-Qaeda's insurgents have been defeated by the Sunni tribesmen armed and equipped and helped by Petraeus. So it all looks good on the surface. But in the background, you still have one of the worst refugee crises in the Middle East. You had the Christian population in good part of central Iraq had been decimated and forced to leave, been ethnic cleansing of the worst sort, widespread unemployment, and though lots of money poured in and some improvements made, to a large extent had not trickled down, and especially there hadn't been any real sharing of power agreement made between the Shia and Sunni and the Kurds, and particularly sharing of oil resources. So there were background problems, and Maliki, virtually as soon as American forces are gone, sees this opportunity to begin to remove what he regards as threats to his power within the remaining Ba'ath leaders in power and that he has worked with. And he's going to begin, literally within hours of American troops leaving, going after who he regards as threats to his power within Iraq and remove them from all effective power. That, of course, is going to be fuel for when ISIS arrives on the scene. And ISIS had a well-developed plan to expand their power. We now know a great deal of detail about it. And so as these Sunnis become disaffected, they're going to be seeing what will be ISIS as a party to work with. They don't like them, they don't care for them, but a number of the key Ba'athists will develop their strategy for takeover successfully. Well-planned, well-executed, months in creation. So it's not like they suddenly appeared on the scene from Syria to Iraq. And Anbar province, which is where the Iraqi army just fled from, Anbar remains Sunni population. And you have a Shia army. Why should the Shia army fight to defend the death Sunnis? So when faced, they greatly outnumbered, outgunned ISIS and their minions, but they fled instead. It's hard to see how this could have been really avoided. For American forces to have stayed would have required a great deal of concessions on our part. And so we now are in a terrible fix. But the one good thing is current administration was able to force Maliki from power and replace him. Whether this new government can bring about a sharing of power between the Shia government and the Sunni and Kurds very much remains to be seen. Whether they can have a viable army is also questionable. So that's where we are right now.